Hey y'all, a lot of y'all know that I've been having my hairstyle like this for a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. Basically, I'm just buying time to allow some of y'all to get up in here because I don't see enough people waiting for this live to start. So we're just gonna sit right here and we're just gonna wait for a couple more girls to come up in here.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video, and I am so happy that you guys decided to join me tonight for this live video. And I hope y'all are ready because we have got so much to talk about. Now, before we get started sipping this tea, go ahead and like this video, click that subscribe button, and you already know you want to hit that bell button so you officially join me and my binge watchers and are first to get updates about Bingeworthy videos like this. Hello, 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 guys. I am so happy that you have decided to join me. If you guys can hear me clearly, spam the comment section, the live chat with purple hearts to let me know that you guys can hear me loud and clear and to let me know that y'all are happy to be here. Hello. Barbie says stream Anaconda. Right. I love to see Nikki Stans in the chat. I'm seeing purple hearts. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Vanita. Have a good night. We just getting started, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. Are you guys excited? How many of you guys have already checked out my little documentary starring the one and only Tessica Brown? Shout out to Wine and Chill. Hi, Stephanie. I was live on Stephanie's channel yesterday, guys. If you guys missed it, be sure to check that out after this is done. Hello, hello, hello. So happy that y'all didn't have nothing else to do just like me. I didn't want to edit a video tonight. I just wanted to be here with you guys and just vibe it out because I know some of y'all think that I was joking about this documentary and some of y'all did not watch it. But I'm not mad. We're just gonna go ahead and watch it together tonight for this amazing watch party. Hopefully you guys got your pizza, your wine, your cocktails, and everything that y'all need because it's gonna be about 30 to 45 minutes long. And I'm so excited. Like, this is like the beginning of me really doing like some stuff that I've really wanted to do a long time. A lot of you guys know that I have my own reality show coming out later on this year. So this documentary was like me kind of getting my hands dirty a little bit and trying some editing styles. That's right. Darlene said, smash that like button. We only got 68 likes. How in the world is YouTube going to know that y'all actually want to watch, you know, my channel if y'all not liking my videos? Hello, hello, hello. I'm so happy to see all of you guys in here. Lynn said she was almost going to bed. Well, I'm glad we caught you. Yes, it's about to be movie night. Thank you so much, Kitty B. She said that she likes my documentary editing. Yeah, you know, I'm just so dramatic. We might as well go ahead and make my middle name Drama. And shout out to, let me scroll all the way back up. We have a new member in the house. Shout out to She Mormon. She definitely became a member tonight, and I am so grateful. If you guys don't know what memberships are, let me go ahead and put y'all up on game. Hi, it's Justin Diego, and I am so excited that you decided to slam that join button to find out more about becoming a member. Now, memberships is a new YouTube feature that allows subscribers to support their favorite creators, all while getting a lot more access to them. As a member, you pay a small monthly subscription fee for access to some really cool perks that I've categorized into 4 different tiers. For example, with the $2 tier, which is the lowest tier, you get access to member-only badges, member-only emojis, and discounts on all my merch. And as we go up, you get access to even bigger discounts, early access to my video intros hours before the full video goes public, and you could even get a personal shout out from me in one of my videos. I want to shout out one of my favorite members right now. Follow him on Instagram at Gooseby. He always has the most to say, but too bad he's not Team Kenya. Finally, with the highest tier, I actually send you exclusive merchandise that nobody else has to your doorstep every other month, along with some more pretty cool stuff. Now, I already see you over there giving me the side eye, worrying if things are changing here for the worse. Relax. I can assure you that member or no member, there are always going to be more exciting new videos from Bingeworthy headed your way, and that is definitely not going to be changing anytime soon. Thank you guys for checking that out. So thanks again, Sherry, for your super chat, and shout out to you for becoming a member, Miss She Mormon, tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take just a couple of calls before we get started with the documentary. Thank you guys for those purple hearts in the chat. Let me start with you. Hello? Hello? Janine, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm like flabbergasted right now. I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. Did you get a chance to already check out the documentary, or are you tuning in to watch it for the first time tonight?
I'm tuning in for the first time tonight. I've seen bits and, well, not of your documentary, but I've heard the story, bits and pieces. And oh my gosh, I've been watching you for so long, and I'm just you kind of shocked me just now, and I'm not easily shocked.
Well, I appreciate the support. You know, you guys have helped me build my channel from the ground up, and I feel like I'm really living my dream with this channel, so I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. And like you said, you can become a member or whatnot. How do you do that?
I will paste the link. It's actually in the description of the video, but I'll paste the link in the chat right now. You just click that link and you can choose whichever tier that you want. And YouTube will bill you guys every month. And of course, you can cancel it whenever you want. But you get some really cool features. And of course, it helps to support me making content like we're going to watch tonight for the channel.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Thank you. Shout out to Roz Storm. He just became a Bingeworthy producer tonight. He joined our membership club, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out. Wow.
Well, I'm excited that you tuned in to the live to watch the documentary. You know, I've been obsessed with Tessica Brown, so I just kind of put everything together with my Bingeworthy twist, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I have no doubt. No doubt.
Well, I'm going to get through a couple more calls. Feel free to call back. I'm going to do a Q&A at the end after we watch it, okay?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? Lady Royale, your mic is muted. Uh-oh, we lost her. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and actually get started with chapter 1 of the documentary. Let me see some purple hearts if you guys are ready, or if you guys want me to hold off a little longer, add some X's in the chat. But I feel like y'all want me to go ahead and get started. Thank you. Someone said my editing is like candy. Appreciate it. Fun fact, I actually started editing videos before I started my channel. So that's the reason why my videos are edited so well. I'm like a professional video editor. That's what, you know, my trade is, I guess you could say. So that helps me to really stand out on YouTube. So appreciate it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first segment. I'm so excited. Cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And thank you to everyone who's already checked out the documentary. That's been really exciting. And, you know, I'm happy with a lot of the feedback. So let's get started.
It don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. Gorilla Glue.
Dumbest girl on the face of the earth.
Y'all don't know me. I would never do something like this on purpose.
Watch me burn.
It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video. And today, I wanted to do something that I've never done here on my channel. I decided to try my hand with editing a mini documentary. Y'all know I have been obsessed with Tessica Brown's story, and I know that a lot of you guys really appreciated my previous videos about this hot topic. Today, I'll be covering this full story with some updated commentary explaining the truth about Gorilla Glue Girl. If you're new to the channel, welcome. But if you're a loyal binge watcher, welcome back because we've got so much to discuss.
She sprayed the Gorilla Glue into her hair, replacing her normal hairspray over a month ago. To all you kids out there, stay away from the hairspray. Try coconut oil instead.
So last Thursday, I was minding my business, probably trying to figure out how to gain access to new episodes of Basketball Wives before they air when I got a DM from one of my friends on Instagram. So I clicked on the video and I found this clip of this girl, and the first thing that I said was, okay, her hair is fried, dyed, and laid to the inside, but I didn't understand why this hair tutorial would have made it all the way on the shade room until I watched this clip.
When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this. Woo!
What's going on with the world? Getting famous off anything.
After finishing the video, my first thought was, okay, this girl is obviously joking. Now, I was raised with 4 sisters and I was basically the only boy, so I may or may not have played with some of their hair products in the bathroom when nobody else is home. And I've seen black women put black, brown, green, pink, and every color gel on their hair before.
Clap if you find it offensive, clap.
And I've suffered from secondhand sprays of spritz and all of those other stinking ass sprays that girls put on their hair just to live their best life on Instagram. But I know for a fact that I have never heard of my girls running around these Madam CJ Walker streets resorting to putting actual glue on their hair. But for a moment, I just had to stop and ask, is this ignorant or is it innovative?
Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now.
Fast forward to now, Tessica Brown, aka Gorilla Glue Girl, has made national news with everyone wondering, girl, what is you doing? Now, since that first video, Tessica has made a series of updates on the progress of her forever slayed hairdo situation, showing that some of those remedies that people suggested in the comments had not worked at all. Gorilla Glue Girl has also posted photos from inside her trip to the emergency room, where she spent hours trying to get the glue out of her hair with no luck, saying that all of the remedies had only burned her scalp before the glue eventually hardened back up. Instead of running up a tab at the hospital, they sent her home to finish her treatments with nail polish remover wipes and sterilized water, and it is just really hard to watch all of this play out in front of everybody. And y'all already know social media has been off the chain, with so many people having an opinion of their own, with many of them showing their support and their concern for Gorilla Glue Girl, saying, I'm way too invested in this, ... Every black girl has had a hair fill where we thought we were going to lose all of our hair or patches of hair. We're all rooting for your tresses because we hate to see a black girl unnecessarily lose their hair. Before another black queen chimed in saying, girl, we are rooting for you, ! You got this. An LA beautyologist chimed in saying, girl, I am so invested, ! Hope the acetone works. Definitely let a hairstylist or two help you. Before another supporter chimed in on Twitter saying, I can't stop thinking about it, to be honest, and I'm praying for her. Hashtag Gorilla Glue. Hashtag I'm worried. And this little meme definitely took me out because it represents all of us. And Chance the Rapper even chimed in saying, I am glad MFers actually out here supporting her through this. When I watched the video the second time, it was hard to laugh because I could tell Shorty genuinely didn't know she had put one of the world's most powerful adhesives in her stuff. I hope she recovers well with the praying hands emoji. Hashtag Gorilla Glue Girl. And at this point in the game, millions of people were still wanting to know how our good sis got her hand on this Gorilla Glue in the first place.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And as with most things, this need to know drove many people to start rumors and theories of their own, with some people alleging that Tessica Brown confused this Gorilla Glue spray with a popular hair product called Gorilla Snot, with several women who use the product chiming in about how they understand how Gorilla Glue Girl could have confused the two. And another popular theory was that Tessica had never even sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair, but she made this whole thing up, with several people calling her a scammer and some even attempting to debunk this Gorilla Glue story entirely by doing their own test.
You can clearly tell this can from this can. Who put adhesive in their hair? 40 years old? You're the Well, I guess I'm gonna be a too today, okay? You can't do your edges with this, okay? I'm putting it there. I'm putting it directly onto my scalp. Oh my goodness. Did I have to go to the emergency room?
With one man allegedly gluing a red Solo cup on his face for clout, ultimately dubbing himself Gorilla Glue Man to no avail, as social media refused to give him the popularity he was so desperately chasing.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
Eventually, it was confirmed that Tessica Brown had not confused Gorilla Glue with Gorilla Snot, and the truth was that she was just in a rush. Her son had borrowed her car, and she looked around her home for things that she could replace her hairspray with, and assumed that Gorilla Glue spray that she had already had in her home would work, and it would wash out when she was ready to finally change her hairdo. And a week later, she realized that that wasn't the case. And after struggling in silence with only the help of a few family members, Tessica finally turned to social media a month after spraying the Gorilla Glue in her hair, desperate for some advice.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice.
And that's honestly where everything went left. All right, how did you guys like chapter 1? We definitely got into some things, and someone mentioned in the chat that this is a repost. Well, kinda. What I did is I put 2 of my videos that I had already edited about Tessica Brown. It is, of course, included in the documentary. But again, I went ahead and did some updated commentary and, of course, some updated editing. And, you know, I told the story in its entirety. So it's not just a simple repost. I promise you that there are going to be some things that you have not seen before. So thank you guys for, watching that with me. I'm going to go ahead and take one more call in. Thank you, Janine, for that $10 super chat. I sure appreciate it. That definitely will go far to help me, with my next documentary. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm sorry about what happened the first time. I'm new to this platform.
No worries. I'm glad you figured it out and called back in. What did you think about part 1?
You're dope. Your edits are so dope. It's so funny. Whenever I need to laugh, I come and get my life honey with you. I don't like the fact that other people are trying to spray the glue in their head. I think that's stupid. And I just like the fact that people are supporting her even though she made a bad decision. Celebrities and other Black people, so that's what I love about it. But you're dope. Don't want to take up too much time. Love everything that you're doing and keep glowing up.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm happy as well. Initially, like I said in the documentary, when it first happened, I kind of was just like, people are going to eat this girl up. But I kind of try to understand the underdog with what I do. And I feel like I could just feel like she really made a mistake. And she really had no idea the raft of the internet.
Right. And what I also think is that a lot of people are going off of what, naysayers and people are saying without really listening to the interviews and things that she have already done. She, a better way to find out what actually happened is to consider the source. You know what I mean? So I've seen different interviews on different platforms that she did where she spoke about exactly what happened versus people just going off of what other bloggers are just saying, or they're making up these things. Like they had one blogger said that she was, trying to sue the company, and that was totally false. She said that she never that never even crossed her mind. So I just feel as though, as in the Black community, we're just so easy to just, go at each other's throat, like, oh, you stupid, you this, you that. But I mean, we all made stupid mistakes. Like I have grabbed the wrong thing before while I'm cooking and put it in the pot and was like, oh shoot, this is the wrong thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's easy. I get what they're saying. Like the design of the actual, container is totally different. But at the end of the day, she went through what she went through, whether it was for clout or not. At the end of the day, like at some point, all of us out here doing something for clout. At the end of the day, like may not be as extreme as hers, but we all are trying to get recognized and show, our skills and our abilities in some way. I just hate that she did something, stupid and almost lost all her hair. But let's just clap it up, for the African guy that came through and helped the sister.
Absolutely.
Out.
Right. we're getting into that in the next part of the documentary. And I just want to say, like you, I watched a lot of the interviews and I, tried to pull, the truth out. And one thing I can say is she told the same exact story to everybody she interviewed. The story has never changed. There is no flip-flopping. She's not changing it. It's the same consistent story. And that's the sign of someone telling the truth. And to be honest, I don't even know why people care so much if she did lie. If she did lie and do it on purpose, who cares?
Right. In the words of my lovely boo, Funky Dineva, there are many of us out here that has done something for clout. He said about the girl, catch me outside, she blew up. You know what I mean? So, hey, if she did do it for clout, she got what she wanted at the end of the day. And then I also... And
people need to take notes.
Right, take notes. Just don't kill yourself in the process. But I did watch the video where she did state that she was she had some type of relationship, friendship with Jess Hilarious. So if that is so, if she really needed clout that bad, she could just go through Jess Hilarious and get some clout and get herself out there. So I just think that people are just so easy to judge someone, judge the situations without having all the specifics on the tables and the details. So that way it's easy for them to just condemn them and say, oh, they were stupid for me. But you're not listening to every detail, or you're just basically not trying to listen to what actually transpired. It's just, you just want a name call. You just want to have, they're behind their profile pictures, so it's easy for them to talk they smack. We don't know what stupidity they do every day of their life. So at the end of the day, it was dumb, it was stupid. Yeah, it is what it is. We can laugh about it and then we can learn from it. Just don't put no glue in your hair.
Right. And I definitely get the sense that she doesn't even really truly want the fame. And I'll get into my commentary about the GoFundMe and talk about what she's doing with the GoFundMe and all the reasons why I don't think that she even truly wants the clout. Like, I think that she's taking it day by day, but she's not showing the signs of someone who is really even enjoying all of this at all. So it's hard for me to say she did it for clout.
Yeah, and then I watched the interview where she was basically stating that she had celebrities like, or famous people like Portia Williams, and all of these people offering her, money and wigs and things like that. And that she didn't want to accept it because she didn't want people to think that this was what she did, for clout. And the interviewer was encouraging her. She was like, girl, you basically went through all of this, like you almost lost your hair. Who cares what people are going to say, what they want to say? Yeah. If these people are willing to, bless you, and, maybe it was meant for, this mistake was meant to happen for you to kind of blow up. We don't know what God's plan is for you. So at the end of the day, don't knock your blessings is what the interviewer told her. And I agree. So what, we all do stupid. I think some people just mad that it wasn't them. They ain't getting no
right. Power. Right. And the thing that was sad, you're bringing up all the good stuff. You're going to have to call back after part 3 or 4. But I think that you make a real point, because for me, I'm sad that it feels like she has like a huge abundance block. And she's so scared to step into her greatness. And she's trying to like please everybody. And Tessica, girl, if you're watching this video or if you end up watching the documentary, give yourself permission to let us love you, because there's people who hate you, but there's so many of us who are rocking for you. We're laughing with you, and we feel like you deserve these free wigs. You deserve the GoFundMe money, every dime of it, and you deserve to get some brand. She deserves some Ivy Park. She deserves to get that kid from Beyonce. She deserves it. She deserves the free wigs, and I just wish she would just give herself permission to just own it. We believe you, sis.
Pay me for my pain. Pay me for my pain. Whether it was a mistake or not. And I like to, analyze things and look at things from different points of view. Some people are just one-sided and they look at things from one side. But when you're smart, you evaluate the situation from different angles, and then that's how you come up with the conclusion of what technically happened or whatever. But it is what it is. She got her clout, whether it was clout, whether it wasn't. She deserves every cent, every blessing that is being sent to her, because I can guarantee you, I don't even like when somebody sprays bricks on my hair. I go to jumping and hollering So the fact that she was able to withstand some glue, acetone, and whatever else chemicals that was put on her head, she deserved it. You know what I mean? Let's love on her. Yes, she was stupid. We all been stupid. Some of y'all end up with stupid men. Like, I'm just saying, we all make stupid mistakes.
And that,
right. Like, some of y'all stupid right now. Like, let's just move on from it. Let her have her moment. She's, you know, she's getting, she deserves every blessing she was gonna get. At first, when I first saw it, I was like, are you serious? Like, I was just like the people, what do you mean? Because I actually used to work in a hardware store. So I'm like, where did she get this from? You know what I mean? But after listening to her, it made me soften up a little bit, you know, because we're so eager to judge someone without knowing the facts. So if y'all are listening out there, y'all can search and look, you know, look up her interviews, you know what I mean? And then some of y'all just gonna be, y'all gonna stay mad. Y'all just gonna be mad anyway, so whatever.
Right. Well, thank you so much for calling. We only are on part 1. So specifically like part 3 or later, I would love for you to call back in if you're still around.
I'm gonna be around. I'm chilling.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on to part 2. It's not as long as part 1, and then I will go ahead and take some more calls. Thank you, Anita, for the super chat. She said that, you know, I'm amazing. I appreciate it. And there was one more person who super chatted, Lacracia Cherry. She super chatted $5 and she dropped the mic on us. I appreciate it. All of your support is definitely well appreciated. Let's get on to part 2. Let me pull up part 2. I was talking, you know, talking too much. All right, here is part 2.
A woman planning now to sue Gorilla Glue after she decided to use it to replace her usual hairspray. Tell us about this lawsuit. Well, I shouldn't even say lawsuit yet, right?
That is correct. All we know is that she has hired a lawyer, but it's really important that we look at if that lawsuit will in fact stick.
Shortly after the video initially circulated around the internet, initial supporters grew irritated when TMZ broke a story inaccurately alleging that Tessica Brown had decided to lawyer up. At the time, TMZ was alleging that Tessica decided to use the thousands of dollars that she had raked in from her GoFundMe account to not only take care of her hospital bills, but Tessica would also use that same money that fans had donated for her treatment to retain a lawyer to go after the company that makes Gorilla Glue.
Oh, and there we go.
Shortly after this news broke, Gorilla Glue finally issued a statement basically saying, "Sis, is you serious?" The statement reads, "We never thought we'd have to say this, but do not use our products on your effing hair." Just kidding, this isn't the actual statement. Their actual statement reads, "We are aware of the situation and we are very sorry to hear about the unfortunate incident that Miss Brown experienced using our spray adhesive on her hair. This is a unique situation because this product is not indicated for use in or on your hair, as it is considered permanent. Our spray adhesive states in the warning label, do not swallow, do not get in eyes, on skin, or on clothing. We're glad to see in her recent video, Miss Brown has received medical treatment from her local medical facility and wish her the best." Yeah, comment right now and let me know if y'all caught the shade or is it just me? Because I feel like it's obvious that Gorilla Glue only wanted to clear their name, even with all of the full free promotion that Gorilla Glue Girl has given them. And since then, TMZ got another exclusive that Tessica was able to finally remove the ponytail, y'all. But unfortunately, at that time, the glue remained in her scalp and the irritation had become unbearable.
It was burning to the point where my heart was beating too fast. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, this story is becoming one big sticky mess. And y'all already know that there are thousands of people that have not been quite as empathetic as Chance the Rapper. with Wendy Williams being the loudest about how she is so annoyed with this entire situation.
There's this woman with Oprah contacts from 1983. She put Gorilla Glue on her hair.
And I really was so surprised that Wendy went so hard.
We all look bad because she did that. Dumbest girl on the face of the earth.
With other naysayers also chiming in saying, the contacts, the lashes, and the 3 nails is telling me she does not make sensible decisions. Before another person chimed in saying, Gorilla Glue Girl was funny when we could laugh at her stupidity, but now y'all are giving her money and I'm angry, ... Seek professional help because there's something wrong with y'all. Before another person chimed in on Twitter saying, now they're going to lock up / alarm the Gorilla Glue like they did the Tide Pods. Before Jiggy J2 on Twitter chimed in saying, why is Miss Gorilla Glue wasting that new money on a lawyer for a case she's gonna lose? You put it on your skin, so that case is lost. Who is robbing sis? ? Before Silky on Twitter chimed in saying, so you wanna sue Gorilla Glue because you can't read? With the confused emoji, ... Okay. All before Crystal kept it real saying, I felt sorry for Gorilla Glue Girl, but as soon as considering legal action entered the picture, that sympathy went out the window. Yeah, some of y'all were big mad when you heard about Tessica Brown allegedly deciding to lawyer up, so I decided to check in with a fellow YouTuber named Stephanie who does entertainment law commentary, and we discussed what would likely happen if Tessica Brown did decide to sue Gorilla Glue, and y'all, it did not look good for her at all.
Without getting like too far into the legalese, under tort law, they have this standard called the reasonable person standard. So basically they assess and say, would a reasonable person of the same age do this? So would a reasonable 40-year-old put Gorilla Glue in their hair? Well, the answer is no. We've never seen anyone, much less a 40-year-old, put Gorilla Glue in their hair. So if she were to have sued, she would have lost on multiple grounds. The first being that on the front of the product, it tells you do not put on your skin and your eyes. That would have thrown it out. Contributory negligence, thrown it out, which basically is like, hey, if you contribute to the problem, you get no money. So if you apply the glue, you cannot sue. I personally am glad she's not suing because a lawyer would have taken the case and then taken her entire GoFundMe. This is the best outcome for her. No lawsuit. You know, her scalp is fine, her hair is fine. Now she can go on with the rest of her verified life, which is good.
In the end, the trash definitely took itself out. And the truth is that Tessica never had any intentions to sue. And instead, she really just wanted help. Comment right now and let me know if you guys were in Tessica's situation, what would you do? And some of y'all are about to be real mad at me.
Some of y'all about to be real mad at me. But it must be said.
I can't even fake it. If I was Gorilla Glue Boy, I definitely would have sued just to keep this gravy train running as long as possible. And I'm just wondering, do you guys think that Phaedra would have taken my case?
Be careful, girl. Don't leave your credit cards or your license around. You know she's into fraudulent activity. Girl, you need to stop lying, honey.
All I'm saying is, I would have definitely been crying out on Instagram for an attorney to take my case pro bono. The good news is, shortly after all of this chaos, Tessica gave us an update and we finally found out the fate of her hair. Oh, sorry. I was talking my head off. But I was saying I didn't know where this Gorilla Glue lawsuit rumor started from, but I believe that I saw it from TMZ initially. Can you guys hear me now? Purple hearts if you guys can hear me now. What about now? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had muted myself so you couldn't hear me keying during part 2. But yeah, so we found out that Tessica definitely had no intentions of suing Gorilla Glue. I believe that TMZ started that rumor before they got exclusive access to Tessica's story. I don't know if they just made it up because they were trying to get ahead of the curve, or I don't know if someone from Tessica's team initially wanted to take legal action, but then it backfired. But I'm still feeling some kind of way because I feel like everybody was kind of cool with the whole Gorilla Girl story, and it was so funny, and it was like, you know, everybody was rooting for her until we saw that article, and we started to feel like, child, how you gonna sue somebody for your dumb mistake? So I'm glad that it ended up not being true. And as someone mentioned in the chat, Tessica definitely confirmed again on The Real this morning that no, girl, she had no intentions of suing. And I was glad she finally put that story to rest. Someone said TMZ is fake news. They did. They lied about Giovanna getting a peach. Somebody DM'd me that old article talking about, oh, maybe Giovanna gonna make an appearance in the second half. I doubt it. Yeah, you know, I'm not too mad at TMZ because, you know, I just think that they'd really just be doing their job. But I just feel like sometimes they be being a little bit too petty, for sure. Okay, let me go ahead and take another call. Be Ender. How are you?
Hello. Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
You hear me? All right.
Yes. What do you have to say about this documentary that we've watched so far?
Yeah, I just want to say I liked you. I used to watch you, listen to you before you had left. I guess you moved to California, you said, and
yes,
y'all kept wanting you to come back. So yeah, I like listening to you. Then I like how you do your intro, whatever you call it, how you do your thing. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, did you see the how the other girl done the to debunk it? She put that Gorilla Glue stuff in her hair and showed that it don't really press down like she did it.
Yeah, I watched that. That was hard to watch because I didn't want her to be messing up her own hair, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, and so she showed that Gorilla Glue don't do your hair like that. It's just, you know, because for women, when we have our, you know, weaves up, lace fronts, we can put that clear, it's clear, and you put on, I mean, it presses your hair down real tight, and then if you put it under the heat, it really presses down. And she didn't have a lot of, you know, her hair wasn't real long where you could see, you know, see that it was pressed down. So she just made it like that. And then, you know, like when she done it, she showed that Gorilla Glue it just don't do that. It's impossible for her to do her hair like that.
Yeah, I think that it's hard to, you know, take in those debunk videos because nobody knows the way that Tessica used it. They don't know what she did before she sprayed Gorilla Glue. From my understanding, she didn't just spray Gorilla Glue while she was styling her hair. I feel like Tessica styled her hair completely like she usually did, but she used the Gorilla Glue spray at the end to kind of, I guess, set it, or, you know, I'm bald, so I don't know what you guys call it, but I think she used it at the end, and that's a little different from what that young lady did in her debunking video. But at the same time, I did appreciate her running her own test because it definitely, you know, I found it useful, and I included a part of it in the documentary.
Yeah, me too. I saw. I was scared at first when she was doing it. I said, "That's got to be a bold person to do that," but she did it. I know I wouldn't have. So But anyway, I appreciate you taking my call. I like listening to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. I definitely like getting to know, my subscribers, and I'm happy when you guys get to call in and speak with me. So thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for taking my call.
No problem. I'll see you in the chat.
Okay.
All right. So let me know if you guys are ready for part 3. There's 5 parts in total. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put part 3. But if you guys want to call in and chat with me in between each of these parts, I have pinned the comment to where you can click that link. Do not be shy. I hear a lot of you guys are so scared to call in to talk to little old me. I don't know why y'all be so shy. I love to talk, and I'm not going to bite. And I just think that it's always fun to chat with you guys. That's the reason why I do these lives, because y'all know this is not really my style, but I'm doing it so that we have a chance to get to know each other and have more of a personal connection. So definitely don't leave me hanging. Feel free to call in. I'm pasting the link again, and you'll have plenty more opportunities to call in. Let me check in with our good sis to see if she has anything to say about part 2. Hello.
Hello.
I see you still here. Do you have anything to say about part 2?
Yeah. I don't feel. I'm just gonna focus on Wendy real quick. I don't understand how she can sit up on her platform and call anyone dumb, and say the dumbest girl in the world is what she said.
Right.
Sweetheart, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go
right.
there.
I feel like Wendy really underestimated the story. She probably felt like, okay, this is one of those stupid stories that'll be here for 1 second, but it's not going to be that impactful. And I think she realized later, like, oh wait, this actually is a good story, and I probably should have been a little more sensitive. But did you see where she kind of apologized the next day?
I don't care about her an apology, because my thing is she should have viewed everything from different sources, different stories, whatever. And by her being a person that's in radio and knowing how to interview people, she could have reached out and got the facts. My thing is, she's so quick to jump to get a story, to be able to bash someone. My thing is, I don't like the word she used. That's my whole thing with it. Like, I don't like how she called her the dumbest girl. And honey, you did drugs, and you're having an issue right now with your ex-husband. You don't have the right to call anybody the dumbest person in the world. You don't. Sorry.
Right.
And you don't even do your own hair, sweetie. So you probably wouldn't make that mistake. You have stylists and you have people. Hell, some of those wigs you wear are a mistake. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think she was a little bit too harsh. And I just think that I know the next day she said that Tessica's mom called in, and she's a Wendy watcher. So she went softer on her the next day, which I thought was kind of cute and fun. But
I just think that she had no choice but to go softer. Like, you have no choice now that you have more information, and you're actually, you actually had a relative basically come at you. You don't have no choice now. You have to soften it up to make yourself look a little bit better. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. But, some of her wigs are a mistake. So I don't know. She needs to just calm down a little bit. I think she'd be doing a little bit extra, and her name has been in the tabloids a little bit too much these days for her to feel like she can just fly off at the mouth and call somebody dumb. To the woman who, put the glue on her edges and things like that, I agree with what you said. We don't know the state of what her hair was like before she sprayed. It could have already been that she spritzed or whatever her hair down, other chemicals, that is in contact with that chemical she sprayed could have made it worse. We don't really know. I think that
let's just be honest. We know she put some spritz on that hair. We know she put some spritz.
Laid to rest. That hair was laid to the grave, laid to the grave. But I just feel as though when these people are doing the interviews, I feel like they're not asking the deeper questions that will probably give people more clarity on what actually transpired. They're asking like, okay, so how did you not know that it was in hairspray or whatever? No, I need to know the state of your hair. Like, you got to get deep and ask these
They're asking the same questions, and they're being really careful because she does come off as super fragile and sensitive and emotional. So I get that, you know, she probably told them like, hey, look, you know, I'll give you this interview, but don't go hard. But I do feel like I have no interest in really watching any more of the interviews because I feel like I've heard everything. I'm happy that the story is consistent, but I'm not getting any more from the interviews.
From the interviews that I've watched, like you said, it's like repeated questions that I've already seen in a different interview. So it's like we still are lost. My whole thing is like, at the end of the day, like I said earlier, you know, she did something, whether she did it for clout, whatever it was a mistake or not. Hey, honey, the money is flowing in for her. Now, I don't know about with the GoFundMe thing. I heard that she was donating, you know, the money she got from GoFundMe, I don't know, to an organization or something. I haven't really went into the, you know, to really read about it as much to figure out if that was true or false.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that a little later in the documentary.
I'd be faster. I'd be too fast.
And then the conversation. But yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and do part 3. Wait, let me see. What is part 3? Part 3 is the surgery. So I'll show the surgery, and then I'll probably show you know, what my problem is with this whole situation, and then I'll hop back on and take more calls, and I'll see what you have to say at that time. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. All right, guys. So if you're still enjoying this watch party, and you're still sipping on your wine or your little cocktails, or your Uber Eats is on the way, spam this chat with some purple hearts. And if you're feeling, you know, a little giving, go ahead and slam that like button as well. And let's get on to the next part of this documentary, where we talk about what happened to get Tessica out of this sticky mess. Late Wednesday evening, TMZ posted footage of Tessica Brown, aka Gorilla Glue Girl, touching down in Los Angeles to meet Dr. Michael Obeng at his practice in Beverly Hills, where he took on the impossible task of removing all of the Gorilla Glue from Tessica's hair. And I really had my doubts. No, seriously, y'all. I really had my doubts. But in the name of Black excellence, this Dr. Obeng did his thing, and our girl Tessica is finally unbound of this messy Gorilla Glue. I was happy to hear that a Black man was the one who came to her rescue without charging Tessica Brown a dime. I was really afraid that so many opportunists would have their hand in this story just to take advantage of the full free promotion, but this doctor definitely rose to the occasion, going above and beyond to not just cut off all of her hair and leave her scalp bald. And you know, I feel like that would have really been the easy way out. And I just see that he took his time to actually think it through. And I was really impressed that he took it upon himself to actually contact Gorilla Glue. And we all know that they had that little stinking attitude and did not even think for a second how they could get in touch with their own chemist. The doctor says that they returned his phone call, but they were not much help. Anyway, this Black King did what he was supposed to do for our Black Queens, and he figured out some details about their ingredients to come up with his own Gorilla Glue remover. And I was happy that he also confirmed that Tessica managed to avoid any major sustainable injuries to her scalp. And I was so glad to see the positive reactions from y'all on social media, with onlookers chiming in saying, "Exhales, I was way too invested in this ... Before another person cracked me up saying, "We did it, Joe!" And one girl responded, "My good sis still have some inches, exclamation point." And people were definitely shook about the results, saying the fact that she was able to keep any of her hair is a miracle. Before this UK doctor caught my eye talking about, "Thank God for her!" exclamation point, and hats off to the doctors for helping her keep her hair. What the enemy meant for our bad in these Madam C.J. Walker streets on the month of Black History, my God meant for our good.
Some people out there saying, "Oh, well, she did this for clout." Never.
So my question to Gorilla Girl, Gorilla Glue Girl, whatever she is naming herself now, like, was it really worth it? Like, the clout, was it really worth it though?
Here's the problem with this whole Gorilla Glue Girl era. In one of my previous videos, I interrupted everyone sitting here laughing at this girl and trying to low-key, subliminally, you know, equate her to like this whole gorilla character a little bit too much. I definitely was peeping. And I spoke highly of this Black doctor for stepping up and doing his thing for Tessica Brown. And of course, as I try to do as often as I can on my platform, I refer to Tessica Brown as a Black queen. And boy, did that irritate a lot of nameless, faceless trolls.
I love it. I mean, I'm so passionate about it, and it's what I do.
Yes, the statement I made that seemed to irritate these cringe watchers, because y'all damn sure ain't binge watchers, the most was...
Oh dear, that's not good. I feel the need to say the F word now.
The statement that I made that seemed to irritate these cringe watchers the most was when I said that I was happy that the doctor was a Black man. Because if it had not been, I didn't think that he would have understood the cultural significance of salvaging Tessica's hair. And I'm doubling down on that message. I am not apologizing, but what I will do is elaborate in the name of Black Lives Matter.
It's so amazing, and I would play it again and again and again and again.
Here's the thing. As a Black man, I understand the unique cultural significance of the Black hair experience. I grew up in a house with 4 sisters, and I definitely feel I had front row seats to all things Black hair. The hot combs, the gels, the hair bonnets, the iconic hair salons with that stale-ass candy and the bubblegum machines that kept you from fainting from starvation as you sat there in that salon, hungry AF, waiting for your mama, your sister, your cousin, or anybody you was there with to finish getting that Easter Sunday sleigh. So yeah, I understand why we were so interested in this story. But I also understand that everyone values their hair. I mean, that goes without question, you know, no matter if you're Black, white, Asian, or any other race. But point me to the magazine section of your local grocery store and show me y'all's hair magazines. And point me to your barbershops, your beauty salons, and show me the charts that they have where you can choose from over 100 styles for that day. Yeah, show me y'all girls that sit in the salon for 12 hours for some micro braids. Yeah, I'll wait.
This is sick. This is sick.
Right. So my point is, Tessica Brown's Dr. Obeng probably understood our shared experience, and I am 1000% sure that he understood that it was of utmost importance that he made sure that when Tessica walked out of that surgery, she walked out having salvaged as much of her hair as possible. I have no doubt that a doctor of another race could have done an exceptional job removing the glue from her scalp, but I wonder how important it would have been to them to also keep that same energy when it came to saving her hair. I want to know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. And if you're one of those people that didn't understand what I was saying initially, let me know how you feel now that you've heard me kind of dive into it a little bit deeper. I'm sorry. I really feel like if things were different, my good sis would have walked out of there, you know, with her head down low, because she would have been straight up bald.
Period.
And trust me, I know a thing or two about being bald. Yeah, definitely doubling down on that theory and not apologizing. I just thought it was like really wild that people really had a problem with me calling Tessica Black Queen. And I just saw them get even more angry that I referred to the doctor as a Black king and that I was grateful that he was a Black doctor. I think that's weird. And a lot of them were trying to say that, you know, I was the R word. It's like, how am I the R word when I am just trying to be happy for my own people? Like, that's weird. But definitely call in and let me know what you guys think about this segment. I feel like this whole Gorilla Glue girl thing definitely took a turn, and the anti-Blackness definitely jumped out. And some of our own people were definitely, you know, handling this whole thing, you know, a little sketchy. And I feel like I didn't like the idea that some people were enjoying this story and they were enjoying calling her Gorilla Glue Girl and making memes, you know, alluding to her being similar to the gorilla on the packaging. And I just felt like, are we laughing together, or is this just like an excuse for people to laugh at us and enjoy this? So I definitely wanted to step in and call some people out on that. Yeah, someone said, look at me bald. Yeah, somebody said, it's so funny because I sure did look through the book of new hairstyles. Yeah, I remember being like 8 years old and seeing that for the first time and feeling like so proud of Black hair, and just learning like, oh, wow, so much can be done with our hair. And I just think that those are a vibe. I really enjoyed looking at the pictures now. I haven't seen them in forever. And I loved looking at those hair magazines when I was Googling it and trying to get some pictures for this video. And lo and behold, Candy was on the cover of one of those magazines. I just think that's so iconic. Someone says, stay with your truth, Bingeworthy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like my allegiance and my loyalty is to us, you know, primarily. I understand that new people saw my videos about Tessica because, you know, it was a viral topic, but it's not. I just wanted to make it clear, there's no place here on my channel for people to shame me for being proud of my Blackness. I don't want your views if I can't be happy to be a Black creator on YouTube. So I'd rather just stick with the little 200K that I have than to have subscribers who police my content. Someone said, I don't know the R word. The R word is racist. I just don't want the YouTube algorithm to think that, you know, we're talking about stuff we shouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and take some more calls. This was actually my favorite section of the documentary because I love a good opportunity to defend my Blackness. Hello. You're live on the air, Chi-Chi. How are you? Hello, can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. All right, I'm going to go to another caller. Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I did chime in, and I just want to say you don't really have to defend your Blackness at all. I mean, the only person that can really relate to Black issues are Black people. So I think that you defended yourself, I guess explained yourself very well and why you had the opinion that you do. And I think that culturally, people that are outside of our culture, they really should just listen and just try to get educated because, as we know, I happen to be a licensed cosmetologist, and I do know the importance of our culture and hair. I don't happen to have any hair. I have the same plight as you, but women and their hair is so important. I mean, they won't even let you touch their hair after they get their hair done. So,
I have to cut you off before you get too far away from what you just said. I just think that it's definitely true that, like, this whole thing with, like, I guess defending my Blackness, it's not that I feel the need to defend it in the way that I have to fight for the right to be Black and proud of it on my channel. But I feel like it was a teachable moment. And I feel like when I hear stories about Asians or like different things about different cultures, I'm always like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. This is really cool. I'm never like, oh, my God, you can't have any pride. Oh, it's equal and you're racist because you love yourself. That's so stupid. So I'm always shocked whenever people learn new things or they hear us talking about how our hair is important and you need to fight for a space in that. Like, why do you need a space in that? Just observe that it's important to us and just take note of it.
Absolutely. I totally 1000% agree with you on that. I hate throwing the word around, the R word around, because you take pride in something that you're educated on in your own culture and you want to share, you want to educate other people. I hate that it's viewed upon by other cultures that you pride yourself in who you are and what you you know what I'm saying, what you who you are as a person and your culture. So
I think we're losing you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I'm gonna have to.
And whoever else is out there listening, I think it's best. You are
hello,
as a person and your culture. So,
can you hear me? Can everybody hear him? I can't hear him on my end. Maybe it's me. Can you guys hear me? Can I get purple hearts if you guys can hear me in the chat? Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome back. What do you have to say about part 3 and 4? I know you got something to say.
I wanted to say shouts out to what was his name? I believe it was DJ On Demand. He made a lot of valid points. And shouts out to you for, you know, being unapologetic in the comments involving the R word. Yes, I'm the same way. I feel as though when we, you know, start loving ourselves and showing that on a whole nother level, they can't take it, basically.
And it's unfortunate because me seeing that in the video initially, like, oh, Black Queen, Black King, you know, we need to hear that. Let's be honest. We need to hear that because we're not used to hearing ourselves referred like that. And if I get an opportunity to refer to us in that way, I'm going to take it. And I don't mean any harm to anybody else. And it's not about anybody else. You know, if anything, hear me referring to ourselves like that and think of us like that. If you haven't already, it's clear they don't think of us like that, which is why it was such a problem.
Yeah, it's always a problem when we love ourselves, stand up for ourselves, or just do anything for our culture. It's always the R word is thrown around. It's nothing. It's not the R word. It's just that we're learning to love ourselves after all of the things that our ancestors, you know, the generational curses and all of the things that we've endured. We're going through a stage where we're just like, we on a whole nother wave right now. You know, Black folks are loving themselves. They're becoming business owners. They're realizing exactly who they are, you know, kings and queens.
Right.
Like, we're just basically embracing what was already originated when we were created. So,
right.
But
and not asking for permission.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. The permission part is what bothers them. And kind of to piggyback off of what I believe his name was DJ On Demand said.
Let me actually add him and we can all talk together. He's back on. Okay. Hello, DJ. Are you back?
Hey, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I was coming around that mountain when I come. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you guys heard the last thing that I said. But a cool fact was the fact that that, you know, the Black hair industry is a $1 billion industry, and so you know, I think that to educate just people in general on Black, every culture wants to know about Black hair. They really do, because we're so unique. But anyway, I wanted to say that before I got cut off.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I didn't hear a lot of what you said. So is that pretty much what you were saying when you got disconnected?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. And I was just saying that, you know, Black hair is just very interesting in general. I like the fact that this whole documentary came out, and we were able to really discover, you know, listen, there's all different types of ways to do hair. And who knows? That young lady, I know that she's being laughed at for using Gorilla Glue and all that kind of stuff, but it took somebody to experiment using Crisco grease on our hair to know that we can press hair out and get it straight as possible. You know what I'm saying? It took an experiment to do something different. I'm not saying it was the best thing for her to do was to use something else like that, but we've experimented with our hair. We have done that, and we have found very different ways to do things, you know?
That is true. And you're one of the first people that I heard acknowledge that, because, you know, I'm the same way as Tessica in that way. I wouldn't have made that mistake, but I'm happy with experimenting. That's probably one of the reasons why I edit the way I do. I add things to my timeline and I'm like, oh, okay, this worked, this doesn't work. I experiment with everything, and I am very, very curious. And I feel like we have innovations because people who are curious. So I'm glad that you see her like that and see her action in that way, because it's easy for people to just see it as like a dumb mistake, but it wasn't a dumb mistake. Well, I guess it was a dumb mistake, but at the root of it, she was being curious and she was being innovative in her own way. It just didn't pay off.
And not to mention, somebody out there was able to bring about a solution to it as well. I mean, what if we put something else in our hair that may have caused damage? I think that all the way around, I think that this was a great opportunity to have a conversation concerning black hair and how we do hair and how we treat our hair, and to educate others. You know, I really think that this was a great opportunity for that. I don't know if you heard all that when I was cut off.
Well, I didn't, but I'm glad that you shared it. Let me add one more person to the stream, because I'm not sure if she had something to say to you before she got disconnected.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, all three of us are in here now. So
I
we
got
can all
kids,
take turns.
Hey, DJ, I just wanted to thank you. You made a lot of valid points. And I just wanted to thank you for giving those valid points out to me and, you know, everyone else in the chat. I look at it as she was used as a vessel. A lot of people may not agree, but I feel as though it just showed and it happened in Black History Month. Now let's look at it that way. So it happened in Black History Month to rain on this fantastic doctor, you know, and all his abilities. So I'm looking at it as a way for us to be able to celebrate Black excellence. That's how I'm
right. And it really opens a door, really, for a long time, for people to go back and revisit this while they talk about and highlight Black hair and Black excellence, if we allow it, if we stop focusing on the stupidity of it and see the beauty in it. I never would have gotten an opportunity to talk about my experience watching Black women, you know, appreciate and learn their hair. And, you know, I'm happy that I got to talk about that with you guys.
Correct. And I also saw a video where, you know, she said she wasn't, you know, too much going to be doing the wig thing anymore, that she wants to just go natural. And maybe, you know, that's a good thing because she wants to embrace her natural roots, her natural hair now. So it's a self-love type of experience. That's how I'm looking at it, because a lot of times when, you know, most women, you know, constantly put wigs or things in their hair. I was her before, so I'm not trying to be shady or anything. It's because we weren't taught to love our hair. You know, growing up, I was taught, your hair is too nappy, I'm sick of it, Harry, every time I perm it, it's no good, you know. So it's a self-love type of thing. And so for her to be able to have that crazy experience, and now she's ready to embrace her, you know, her natural hair, I'm looking at the ending result as positively. It's a positive experience, a positive outcome. I'm sorry, even though it was a bad experience. So out the bad, something good happened.
I totally concur with that caller. I don't see the name, but I totally concur. I always look for the good out of everything. Something good's got to come out of it. And one thing I have to say is that doctor really showed his skills, how Black America handles adversity. We always find our way through it. We find our way out of it, and we always come up with solutions. I think that our culture is probably the most solution-oriented culture that there is, because we find solutions. We don't just like, you know, dissecting problems for years to come. We will experiment. We will find a way where there is no way. And I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that we've always had to fight. Maybe it did. We've always had to fight. We've always had, you know, as coming from a slave background, and all of our African heritage, that we've had to endure all kinds of things. I think that we have found a way to become resilient, and so I hope that that people can see that resilience even in this story. I mean, the girl she still got her hair. She won't do that again. We have a solution. If somebody else puts glue into their hair, they can go and see Dr. Azuzu, or what is his name, Azizi, or whatever his name is. And I don't want to making up names. I even called you Benji when you're binge working. But no, I just think that we just should celebrate and stop downing each other. I think one of the biggest lessons, even in the month of February, we need to stop. We need to stop with all of this self-hate stuff. Like when we start seeing people making mistakes, let's correct the issue and educate as opposed to being so critical. I think as a culture we need to do a better job at that, and in the eyes of other people. Like Wendy Williams, I hate to bring her up right now, but baby, you was on crack. Okay, you was smoking, sniffing on that good white stuff, and you can sit on your show and literally down this lady and call her stupid. I think sniffing cocaine is stupid.
I just feel bad because I just feel like we had just saw like a softer side of Wendy like a week or two before that, and like I feel like people were finally feeling sorry for her and you know, going easy on her, and it's just like she want people to hate her. I can't protect you no more, Wendy.
No, I mean, calling our own culture stupid, that's not even a highlight moment. Don't even put that stuff on your show. Take a note out of Oprah's book and try to make sure that when you're talking in regards to our culture, you highlight the positive and throw away the negative. I think that's everybody that's listening. I hope whoever's listening, the 2 million subscribers you have, Benji, that are listening to this call today, come on, Black people. We've got to do better about celebrating each other and putting ourselves in a better light.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
I agree.
For sure. Because I just feel like, you know, even for me with my channel, I feel like if I make a video about a topic like this and people who aren't Black see it, they're learning from me, you know, how to treat me and us. So I feel like with Wendy on her platform, when you talk that way about a Black queen, you give other people permission to do that. And I just feel like I got to be careful because I don't want people to feel like they have to always, you know, agree or like somebody just because they're Black. But I don't believe you should open the door to dehumanize and completely put down somebody, you know, who's Black, because you give other people permission to do that. And when this happened, I feel like white creators and news outlets, they didn't really know how to handle this. And they learn really from us. We help navigate this conversation, and we're the ones who made it go viral. Let's be clear, you know, like it was us. So I just
and everything goes viral with us. I don't mean to cut you off, Benji, but the truth is, everything goes viral with us. We are the ones who make everything go viral because
a little bit
you
because
know, our
of
interests. It's exactly. I totally agree with you.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you guys. You're making a lot of valid points. And to kind of piggyback off of what DJ On Demand said, you know, we have to learn how to celebrate and inspire each other. And I actually am a co-founder of an organization that is centered around celebrating, you know, melanin women, highlighting all of the great things that they are doing in their communities, and it's all out of vibrations of love. It's no fee. We write blogs, we do everything. We have resources for Black women. Like, we do everything out of love for you guys. We celebrate them. We have Queen of the Month nominations. Like, we are on fire. It's not even about the money. Like, we just doing it because if we don't celebrate and love on each other, how can we expect someone else to?
Right.
So
thank you for sharing that. And
if you guys want that info to be able to check out the website, it is www.cherishqueens.org, and just come get your love. Just come get loved on by your melanin sisters. That's all. You're feeling down, you need somebody to uplift you, read some blogs, get your life. We are here for healing and celebrating you guys.
Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for doing that, because I feel like I try to do that in my own way here on my channel. But let me pause and say thank you to Michelle for the $19.99 super chat. She says, thank you so much for teaching people how to treat us.
99.
Yeah. 99. Oh, what did I say? Oh, 99. 99. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, me being able to do that kind of gives me purpose. Like doing these videos are fun, but you know, I crave purpose and I crave like healing and like making people laugh and like just being a great example of a Black creator. So I love being able to make videos like this and have this discussion with you guys. So I'm glad that you guys appreciate it. Thank you again, Michelle.
Before you switch over and play the next part, I would like to say, you guys are all in the chat. I see you guys. You know, don't be afraid. Call in. You know, we just showing each other love. Come on, Black people. Come on, Black people. Just
right.
Call in. Don't be. I think a lot of people are just like maybe shy, or you know, you don't have to show your face. Like, just we can hear your voice. Like, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm just speaking on, you know, every part. I would love to hear other people's input as well. So call in.
Thank you.
I would too,
let me find out, lady.
Thanks for opening up your platform, Benji, for us to have the conversation, because I think that we don't have enough conversations like this. I really don't, and I'm grateful that you can see the value in certain things and trying to make it a teachable moment. So kudos to you and your platform.
Yes, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you. And like I guess my new co-host said, Lady Royale, yeah, definitely feel free to call. I've asked people why they don't, and I hear a lot of people are shy, and I don't understand why. Like, it's definitely a safe space. Like she said, you don't have to get on camera. I'm not on camera tonight because I just wanted to be more comfortable and just have the conversation and use my voice tonight instead of these good looks and charms. But feel free to come in, get on camera, don't get on camera, whatever. This is a really cool conversation to have, and it helps. It keeps me encouraged when I can talk to you guys and get some feedback with stuff like this. But I'm going to go ahead and show the last chapter, chapter 5. We'll close out the watch party, and then we'll finish with any questions before we wrap up.
Sounds good.
Thanks for calling in, DJ and Lady Royale. I'll put you guys back in the queue, and I'll add you guys back if you're still around.
I'll be here.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Right now we are at 216 likes. Definitely go ahead and slam that like button. Show YouTube that you appreciate videos like this. Show them that we Black people do want quality content, and we do want a safe space to have these types of conversations. And for crying out loud, we do want some dramatically edited, high-quality documentaries on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and share the last segment, and we'll talk about it.
What do you want people to know the most?
If you're in a rush, I mean, I guess just go it out before you use an alternative.
Do you think you'll be dealing with this for a while?
I feel like it. I really feel like it.
Do you think that you may need to talk to somebody to kind of process this?
I don't think I would want to talk to nobody, because that's going to be just something else for everybody to talk about. I lay in the bed and, you know, cry it out. I feel like I'll just, you know, keep doing that.
So what's next for Tessica Brown? I have to be honest, this whole situation has been a bit confusing for me as an entertainment commentator. When all of this first started, I was definitely very entertained by all of these shenanigans. And I definitely wanted to be one of the people that gave you guys permission to laugh with her. And I wanted to virtually let y'all sit up on my shoulders and wave these pom-poms all the way from the back row as our sis strutted all the way to the bank withdrawing that GoFundMe money. Yes, I was all in for a standing Gorilla Glue girl. But I definitely got the sense that Tessica wasn't really always having a good time. It's obvious that the instant fame was definitely hard for Tessica to deal with, and it was clear that she hated being referred to as Gorilla Glue Girl.
I'm the person that has this thick skin, nothing bothers me. But for people that don't even know me, saying all the stuff that they're saying, yeah, I'm over it.
And it's just so wild to me how different we are, because if I was Gorilla Glue Boy, y'all would already be able to see my trademark application pending. Y'all would be able to find my LLC being expedited as we speak right now, and all of my merch would just be lit.
I know that's right.
But Tessica has asked to be called by her name, so this will be my last time referring to her as Gorilla Glue Girl.
Clap if you find it offensive, clap.
She has announced her new merch where she plans to cash in on this newfound fame in her own way with this Bonded for Life themed apparel. And Tessica announced over the weekend that she is donating $20,000 of the money that she raised on GoFundMe to charity. And I feel away.
I hate it here. It's a bad time.
I was mad annoyed with y'all for being mad at this girl for raising so much money in the first place. And then y'all had the nerve to be mad at her for getting the glue removal treatment pro bono, claiming that she should have used the money that she raised from GoFundMe. And I guess y'all finally got to her. But it seems like the jury is still out, with some of y'all saying, y'all bullied this woman like she asked y'all to send her that much. Shaking my head. I hope she gets all the help she needs. And another girl chimed in saying, at least she did something sensible for once, with the hand clapping emoji. Before another person cracked me up saying, shit, ... She better than me. That's a blessing from above. I'll probably donate a little something, but I don't know about no 20K. Nah. And people were definitely still grateful for her charitable donation, saying, that was nice of her with the red heart emoji, ... People can't be satisfied. When she got the money, it was a problem. Now she donated it, it's still a problem, with the eye roll emoji. And one guy responded, y'all bully her into giving up the bands she suffered for? Before this one girl was completely savage, talking about, better than me, I would have got a Benz and a Hellcat. And girl, I just have one question for you. What kind of Benz were you expecting to get for 25K? And then you expected to have money left over to get a Hellcat? Girl, let them folks keep that little 96 Mercedes.
Well, she tried. At least, you know, she tried.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happens next for Tessica Brown. I am just glad that this story has turned around for Tessica, and I still follow her on all of her social platforms, and I hope that she decides to do something amazing with this newfound platform, because I believe that everything happens for a reason. Comment right now and let me know how y'all feel about this entire sticky mess. Do y'all feel like Tessica Brown's story isn't quite over yet? Or are you happy that her 15 minutes are finally up? The truth is that Tessica Brown is a 40-year-old woman who made a really stupid mistake, but she refuses to let that stupid mistake define her. Tessica Brown is a Black woman, she's a mother, she's a daughter, and she's the homegirl that millions of us never knew we needed.
Freeze, literally.
Yeah, we have had a lot of inquiries to sit at the table with them to see that they can go commercially and be make it available for people. The magical solution.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know Go back. I'm over it.
Okay, so yeah, that was the entire documentary. It was so fun to make. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments, in the live chat. Yeah, like somebody said, okay, spray. Yeah, I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it, and of course, pay homage to the iconic Gorilla Glue spray can. Yeah, Tessica is 40. I think she has 3 young children and 1 older son. And I'm just happy that, you know, at the end of my documentary, I committed to calling her Tessica Brown. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but I changed Gorilla Glue Girl to Tessica Brown. And for me, I really, really loved that moment for me as a creator, because I was just like, okay, like, yes, for a while, you know, I had a lot of fun with this, but what do I do now to be responsible? What do I do now to where, if I did this video, I wanted her to watch it and feel the love, and I wanted her to feel like somebody saw her for real. And I put in the end credits that, you know, I reached out to her team and I didn't get a response. She did eventually respond, trying to connect me with her team. But of course, I had already finished the documentary, so I didn't go down that avenue. But I just really feel like I want to encourage people to have some compassion for Tessica, to love on Tessica, and to really just see her as the person who she really is. Thank you, Sunshine TV. She said, thank you for journalistic integrity. Thank you. You know, I tried, and I won't even lie. Of course, I had fun and I laughed and I played around with it. But I promise you guys, it was always love from the start. And I definitely do have a lot of respect for Tessica. So I appreciate you guys for liking the documentary. It's my first documentary, and I feel like it's a historic moment for me. Like, some of you guys who've been following my journey, you know that my initial goal was to like do reality TV and produce a show. And I feel like I'm finally getting ready to do that. So I feel like this was me kind of diving into a more long form type of video and a more, I guess, serious topic. So I feel like this will go down and I'll be able to reference this documentary later. Like, oh, when I'm making my documentaries for Netflix, and be like, oh, damn, I remember I did that documentary about Tessica Brown. So it's fun. I'm happy that you guys get to be a part of it. So I'm going to take a couple more calls before I head out. I've really enjoyed this watch party, and I'm glad you guys are still here. Hello? Is this the blonde goddess?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Frog, so yeah, please excuse my voice. But I just wanted to say that I really appreciate how you humanized Tessica Brown and how, you know, you followed this journey. I really like the documentary. So I want to applaud you on the first of many, because, you know, it's evident that you are a godsend and talented, and, you know, we are going to be experiencing the birth of binge-worthy streaming services, you know, sooner rather than later. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. For me, you know, of course I want to do more serious documentaries and of course bigger budget and all this stuff, but I just looked at this story and I was just like, what can I do now? Like, I made these 2 videos, they did very well, and it's not about the videos doing well, it's just really about me. If anybody's wondering what's happening with me as a creator, I'm trying to figure out, how do I create content that I genuinely love and genuinely feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose with? I still love Housewives of Atlanta, the idea of it. I just feel like what's happening with the show right now creates the perfect opportunity for me to now focus on the content that I really want to make. So I'm happy that you guys are open to content like this, and I'm happy that I get to do it. So yeah.
I think it's always
happy that
to pivot and, think about, going into other areas, because again, your talent is evident. You could talk about anything. I love your thought process. It's, because when I talked about Gorilla Glue Girl, I felt like I was the only person who was like sympathetic. Like everybody was like, it's a scam. She just wants some money. She is selling products. And, while I can see that, with social media, everybody is on the come up, you know what I mean? But it's like, why are y'all so mad at her for, making lemonade out of her lemons? You know what I'm saying? Because, she clearly went through something that was seemingly traumatic. Like, who would want to do that? You know what I mean? And go through those extremes. Like, even if, I don't know, even if she did plan it, I don't think she planned it to be what it was, and to have that crap in her hair for over a month or whatever it was. So, again, I just applaud you for, humanizing the situation. Because we all make mistakes now.
Right. My thing is, I understand why people, and I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody or shame anybody or discredit anybody, but I feel like those videos, the thing that they're accusing her of, that's what they're doing by making those types of videos. Is like, the idea is, oh, how can I get views on this video? What can I do? Oh, let me get people riled up by looking into this conspiracy. And it's just like, nobody asked for that. People were sharing the story because the story was interesting. Nobody asked for them to open an active investigation into the validity of the accusations. Like, nobody cared that much. But I just feel like that was...
Did she have GoFundMe money?
From what I understand, GoFundMe had put a freeze on it because her initial thing was she was using the money for her hair care and her treatment. So when the public found out that the treatment was pro bono and that she had announced that she was going to donate the money, I guess in GoFundMe's terms, you have to use the money you have to be transparent about what the money's for. So they just asked her to update it and let her people know, hey, I'm going to donate this money to this organization. So I saw today that the money was released, and that's all it was about. So, but again, people just want to look at anything and see it as, oh, it was a scam. They froze the money. And I don't understand why we veer toward that rather than... To me, the great story was, and I don't know if people realize, the organization that she wants to donate the money to is Dr. Obeng's charity, where he helps, I guess, women with any sort of hair issues, or I don't know if it's just hair, but he has an organization that he's had for years doing what he did for Tessica for women, for Black women. So that's the organization she donated to, because a lot of people were saying, why didn't she give the doctor the money? Do y'all really think a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills needs little old Tessica's little money? No, he wanted to do the surgery or the treatment, to help her. So I don't think the right thing would be for her to insist on paying him. I think she did a smart thing by donating to his charity.
Right, I do too. I think it was a win-win for them both. Because I've seen other interviews with him where he's saying now he's getting more, clients, more, just all of these people contacting him, and he's booked to the hilt and all of that. So regardless of, her paying him or not, like, he got paid with the promo. You know what I'm saying? And I think, with him assisting her, it just shed a positive light on him. So of course people are gonna go to him because now he was sensitive to, our Black hair care plight. Like, he saved her hair. So
right. Yeah, very interesting
But I
story.
definitely appreciate. I didn't want to like bogart your show or nothing, but I did want to call in and just say, kudos to you for doing this. And this documentary is everything. And I was sharing it everywhere because I'm like, y'all need to get in here. I know a lot of people probably already seen it or whatever, but I just,
Thank
I
you.
just feel like a lot of people need to see this because your talent is unmatched.
Thank you. I think, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people feel like, I think a lot of people, number one, think I'm joking about it. And then number two, I think people feel like they've already seen everything they need to see. So I think that slows people from watching it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that it'll get to kind of live on the channel forever. And, slowly but surely people will get to see it if they choose to. You have a supporter, in the queue. Would you like to talk to one of your supporters?
Oh, I'm
Before you
scared.
go?
Who is it? Sure.
Hello, DJ?
Hey, DJ.
Uh-oh, his mic is muted. He may be. Your mic is muted if you're still around.
Oh my God, I am totally fanning out right now. You guys have no idea. I am totally fanning out. Two of my favorite people are on this live today.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Michelle ATL. Come on, the vlog goddess is on tonight. Come on in here. That's what I'm talking about. But listen, Benji,
he's so dramatic.
Benji, I know I really am. Benji, I just have to say that I looked at this documentary and I'm just so at awe. People don't realize how much time and effort it is, how much time and effort it takes for you to edit 5 minutes worth of video. It is so hard to do. I don't know how you do it, but the way that you do it, and it's so skilled, and like Michelle has said, your talent has not been matched anywhere on these YouTube streets. Anywhere. I mean, you don't even have to show your face. Your work speaks for itself. And that's what kind of drew me in. I started watching your videos on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then, of course, Michelle Brown started coming up in my feed. And both of you guys have just like killed the game as it relates to, don't let the numbers fool you. You guys have it. Like, y'all talent is like second to none. Michelle, I'm going to commend you on Benji's Live. You giving the support that you do is so amazing to me. I mean, I'm just like, I'm lost for words. You've never heard me lost for words, but hearing you come on live and getting on and supporting other content creators totally dispels the lies that are out there that says that you don't support anyone else but yourself. You really have
I feel very supported by Michelle.
Yes.
And I've been supported by Michelle for a long time, so I appreciate her for sure.
And I'm just a little DJ on demand. Like, I got like 200 subscribers. No, I got like 600. But but Michelle was one of those people that was like, I had said to her I was going to name my channel something else, and I was going to name it whatever. But I chose DJ on demand because Michelle said, do it. Do DJ on demand. That sounds pretty cool. I think I like that. But anyway, this is not about me or Michelle. Benji, I just want to say kudos to you. I can't wait to see what other documentary you come out with. It is a lot of work. I know you put in a lot of energy and a lot of time and effort into doing what you do, and it speaks for itself. I know that you are going to be a billionaire one day. If you are not already a millionaire, you are going to be a billionaire one day because you are just so freaking talented. I'm so serious. I'm fanning out right now. I said enough.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. And I just wanted you to get a chance to talk to Michelle before she headed out.
That's my girl. I love you guys.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you so very much. Love you more.
All right.
Shout out to the squad.
All right. Talk to you later, DJ.
All right. Bye.
All right. I'm going to take some more calls. You want me to add you back later? Or
you can add me back later, or I'll just hang out in the chat. Whatever you want to do. I'll stick around if you want me to.
Okay.
You let me know. This is your show.
All right. I'll add you back later before I go. I want to take some more calls.
Okay, cool.
All right. Hello.
Hi, Bingeworthy.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing well. What did you think about the documentary?
I love the documentary. Like, I am still a little skeptical, but I do like that you gave a brand new perspective. And it's crazy that I watch Michelle. I love Michelle. And I didn't even meet y'all at the same time. I started watching you only because of your Atlanta Housewives videos. Like, I love them. I would be at work. Like, I'm supposed to be working. And as I'm wiping down the windows, I'm listening to Bingeworthy. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Got my earpiece in. I'm going to hear what he has to say. And
I'm going to have a lot of people lose their jobs listening to Bingeworthy.
Oh, no. They knew I was a good worker, so they weren't going to say nothing to me. And if they did, I would be like, okay, I'll put it away for a second. Then I'm going to be like, okay, let me finish what he was saying. Oh, all up in my business. But anyway, I am very supportive of you. And I just really wanted to call you and just tell you that I love your personality and I like your animation. Like, I made an animation just to have something different instead of having my face. But like, you just inspired me to want to start doing little animation. But I know I'm never gonna. Well, I might get to your level, but I'm nowhere near making that good commentary and animation. Is just, I know it takes a lot of consistency and time. And I am so happy that you came back because you have been missed around here. Like, seriously, I have been missing you. I'm glad you have got a new inspiration and you're just like, I'm done with Real Housewives. Well, you might not be done, but it's okay if you are. I don't care. I don't even watch them anymore. Since you stopped doing videos, I don't know how long it's been, but I don't even watch them. So you don't have to do that. Just keep bringing this great commentary, and I'm going to be here for it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. As a creator, I do feel kind of trapped sometimes with pleasing you guys. But I feel like I had a realization while I was taking some time after I moved and got settled in is, I believe that you guys will be happy with whatever I put out there as long as I'm happy to do it. And that freed me from feeling like, I don't like Housewives anymore right now. I can't make any videos at all. So I appreciate you sharing that. And I hope that a lot more people feel that way. And if they don't, it's unfortunate because I'm just at a place to where I have to create the stuff that I want to create. I'm not completely over Atlanta Housewives. I just feel like I need some time to allow them some time to figure out what they're going to do.
Yes, I understand. And we are going to be here for it. Whatever you do, I'm down for the cause because it's just nice to even watch good commentary, like, period. You always have a great perspective. You never make us feel like, oh, we have to be on this side or we have to be on this side. Like, you always have the positive attitude, and we need more Black people that are positive. And you just give that. And I'm just happy to be a part of your little squad. I don't know what you call us. I'm sorry. Whatever you decide to start calling us for just Bingeworthy. Thank you.
I just call y'all my binge watchers.
Oh, binge watchers. Okay, I got you.
But yeah, thank you for calling. I definitely will see you around. Now that I know your screen name. Is this your screen name on YouTube too? Seasons of June?
Yes. Mm-hmm,
all right. Well, I'll see you in the comments.
It's nerve-wracking calling you guys. Like, it's just like my adrenaline pumping. I'm just like, I know I'm really on the screen, but I'm nervous. Like, so just trying to get all your thoughts together too. You don't want to sound all jumble-minded, and then your comments. People in the comments just be commenting about, oh, this person needs to set up. Oh, this person, it's just very nerve-wracking. But
right, I understand. I feel the same way when I call into other people's lives. So it's definitely the human thing to feel. So no worries there. But hopefully the more you call in, the more you get comfortable. And we just have this safe space here on my channel. All right. Talk to you later. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Are you still there?
I'm here.
You really been holding it down all night.
Well, Sometimes it is what it is. I don't have any issue with it. I guess, I just want everyone else in the chat to be able to feel like they could call in and express their thoughts and opinions to you, just as I did. It's my first time speaking to you, so of course it's like, oh my god, I'm on the call with him, oh my god, but then it's just like I'm flowing naturally because I love your flow, so you flow naturally and I'm flowing naturally right behind you.
Period.
I want to thank each caller that called in and gave their points of views and opinions. Very informative. I appreciate it. I also want to give kudos to you. You did a great job with this documentary. I was just screaming. I'm glad I had the mic on mute. When I saw that she had the merch, I was like, yes, for the merch. And I was like, oh my God, it's okay. Okay, it's on mute. But me, myself, I'm not fond of the merch. I like that she's creating merch, but I feel as though maybe she should create some type of hairspray or just something else. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Hairspray, or even back since she liked the wigs, maybe she can have her own wig line. I don't know. I just want her to think, above a little bit, something else that could basically be connected to what she went through with her hair. So I think that hairspray would be dope, because I think I would definitely go and support and buy it. So maybe that's something she would think about doing. Also, if you do have an opportunity to have an interview with her, I believe that would be dope. I believe you should do it for sure. And I like the fact that at the end of the documentary, you shedded some light on her. You show her in a better light than she's been viewed on. When you said that she was the homegirl that we didn't know we need.
Right.
I definitely was like, yeah, she's the homegirl. And then to look at the clip where she was just saying, like, she's usually an individual that has tough skin, but this kind of was like breaking her, because everyone was kind of like more so in attack mode with her. Like every time she logs on, she gets all these comments that are more so negative. So for you to be able to do this documentary and bring some positivity into the situation, I really appreciate that. I really do. Especially for our culture and our community, is definitely needed.
Thank you.
Also, when you stated about the ones that are going behind her and creating their content and doing their videos, and you said they're really the ones that are the clout chasers. I agree, because you went right behind hoping that your video gets picked to be seen so that you can get some clout. So how can you, it's like the kettle calling the kettle black. That's what the term is. I forget. Yeah. So, but I also like the fact that she was willing to donate her earnings to the doctors' organization. I feel like that's dope. And I love
I'm mixed. I have mixed feelings about that, because I feel like some of it to charity is cute, but I feel like I don't want her to. You said earlier you didn't want her to miss out on her blessings. I don't want her to feed in what I feel is an abundance block. I don't know if you guys are into that kind of stuff, but I just feel like for Black people, we naturally have this abundance block from all the years of our parents, out of love, telling us stuff like, do you got McDonald's money? Instead of saying, hey, McDonald's is available to you, but right now, it wouldn't be best for us to use the money on McDonald's. There's a different way they could have talked to us. There's another thing, like my parents would always say, like, when you go in this store, don't touch nothing. You can't afford nothing. And that stayed with me for years. And I just feel like we have for our survival, we have been fed all of these things that really are abundance blocks. And I feel like that's the reason why she is so uncomfortable with accepting the money, with getting the wigs and all this stuff, because it's not something she's used to. And deep down, she feel like she doesn't deserve it. And I don't believe she would have it if she didn't deserve it. So that's the only reason why I'm a little uncomfortable with her donating almost all of the money. And then also to that point, she's donating the money from the merch to charity as well, but she's going to be giving it away for people in her community who actually needs help. And I just feel like all of that is lovely, you know, and I don't understand why people aren't seeing that person. Instead, they're seeing the stupid person.
Because people want to be negative. Like in these days and times, people gravitate to negativity more. It's easier to be mean-spirited and speak ill against someone that you don't know without having the facts, like we stated earlier. I do agree what you said about her donating all of it. I wouldn't mind if she donates some. I think that she's just stuck in a space where she's been virtually attacked so much about the situation itself that she doesn't feel, like you said, she deserves it. She does. It's just like, if I think that it's an escape for her to think that if I just donate the money and now that, you know, my hair is, you know, the glue is out of my hair, I could just move on. And just like, I think she's just looking for normalcy. You know what I mean? Like to get back to normal. So if I donate the money and do something else, then maybe people will get off my
people
back.
leave her alone.
Right, but whether she know it or not, they're gonna always have something to say. Just like one of the comments you showed where someone said, if she, you know, gets the money, it's a problem. If she donates the money to the organization or whatever, you guys are still having something to say. So either way, it's gonna be an issue. She has to realize that she cannot satisfy a lot of these people. A lot of these people are miserable within themselves in their own lives, and they sit behind their phones, their tablets, their iPads, their computers, and they just bully people because they are unhappy. Misery loves company. You have to do what's best for you in that moment. And I feel as though she endured the virtual abuse from so many people. She went through, you know, being all over the tabloids, going nationwide in the news and things like that. Even though that may have not been her real intentions, I feel as though you've earned whatever cent that someone sent to you. You earned that.
Right.
Your pain, we don't know how painful it was, you know, with her trying to get that glue out of her hair, especially when her friend was doing it at first versus the doctor. She looked like she was in a lot of pain, and you know, being that she said it was on her hair for a month, like we just don't know the level of pain that that woman endured, regardless if the incident was stupid or not. We already established that it was stupid. Now what? What's next? Why are we still talking about that? And like I said, to lift, you know, you were willing to lift her name and not just diminish her or just make her devalue her as a person. Like when Wendy made the statement about her contacts, you don't know this woman. You don't know if this woman have, let's say, mental issues, self-esteem issues, whatever, and you got your behind on national TV and just pinpointed the things that you wouldn't wear. Well, honey, I wouldn't wear your wig or whatever, but ain't nobody around here like speaking ill about that, you know, all in the media. I just feel as though she hopped on the story. It was a hot topic. It was trending. Yes, let me talk about it. But you didn't know the level. You didn't know the level of anything with this woman when you were making your comments. And that's just with other people. People don't care about how other people feel or what state of mind they're in at the moment or whatever. They don't care. Nowadays, everybody is either on exposing someone or just attacking each other. That's just what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I definitely, you know, am happy that I got the chance to, I didn't realize that I had done that, but humanize her and share the way, I think what I do with my channel, I share my view of the world with you guys. And I hope that I can make the world a little less hateful with each video.
Right.
And a little less, you know, damn depressing. So it's just like, I look for the positive and I look for teachable moments and I look for the human and the beauty in people and in moments. And I feel like I saw that from her very, very easily. And I just don't understand why people didn't see it. And I understand that
they turn a blind eye to the truth. They turn a blind eye. They have 20/20 vision for bull crap. They turn a blind eye to facts.
Right.
Truth. That's just how it is. It's easy to just jump in and ride that wave of attacking. That's what they do. They jump in the comments and like you said, when you were trying to, you know, speak about, you know, us as Black people and call her a queen and, you know, represent her in a positive light, you were getting comments about the R word. Like, we can't love ourselves. We can't say something nice about, you know, one of our sisters without the R word coming into play. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's the times that we're in right now. And another thing, when you were speaking about, you know, how you transitioned from doing Real Housewives of Atlanta and things like that, I honestly value this opportunity to be able to just speak on normal issues, regular issues that we go through in life. Like, not to be funny or shady with this at all, but I see so many vloggers talking about the same thing to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? So we, I feel like I appreciate it. I really do, because if we can sit here and we can talk about Black excellence and, you know, especially in Black History Month, I really love it. I feel like it's dope. I'm glad that you took the opportunity. I know, I think his name was DJ on Demand, said how hard it is to create this content. I believe it. I've heard it a lot. So I just want to applaud you for taking the time out to create this documentary and still at the end shed some positivity and a better light on her.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for chiming in. This is your first time speaking with me, but I feel like I've known you for a long time, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have you call in on future videos. So thanks for calling in. Your name is, what's your actual name?
Hello, everyone. I am Chantel.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling, Chantel. I'm going to wrap up the video. I'll see you in the chat.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I was really hesitant about even doing this watch party. I'll be honest, I was bored. I wanted to share something, but I wasn't in the mood to create anything really new. But I knew that there was a lot of people who hadn't had the chance to see the documentary, and I hadn't really got a chance to give my feedback on the documentary and like answer any questions. So I just felt like it was be a cool opportunity for us to just hang out this Friday night, just chill, have our cocktails, you know, my Uber Eats is on the way, you know, and just like kind of vibe out. And this has been really fun for me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to say goodbye to the last person that I have in the queue, Michelle. Thank you for all of the super chats. You really showing the love tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I was just sitting here like, oh, you deserve so much more. But you know, I'm a broke bee. I'll be borrowing it back next week just there.
I feel like you're doing more for me than Biden with these student loans.
Not quite. Well, we don't know yet. We've got our fingers crossed. But look, I really appreciate this watch party and the document. I think you need to do these more often. And, you know, I look forward to seeing, you know, what you come up with, because, yeah, like I keep saying, I know I keep stroking your ego and stuff, but your talent is unmatched, especially on these YouTube streets and anywhere else. But, you know, and I'm sorry, my dog isn't here, but yeah, it's just unmatched. And I just feel like, you know, the sky's the limit when it comes to you and, you know, your content at this point, because now that you've started these documentaries, honey, it's a wrap, honey. No one can compare.
Right. Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. And, you know, I know it's easy for everybody to think like, oh, you know, I'm just this talented person, but, you know, I can only do so much on YouTube, and there's only 24 hours in a day. So I'm definitely trying to figure out the best thing to do. And I'm just so grateful that y'all are open to me doing, you know, stuff like this. And especially happy to hear you say you want me to do more.
Of course, I do. And, you know, as you know, because I went through the same thing with the blog. Like sometimes you do have to take a little break and regroup and try to figure out what it is that inspires you. And if doing a documentary about Tessica Brown inspires you, then hey, that's perfect. Now you can start doing even more and even more. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Let me find out. I'm about to get an exclusive Phaedra documentary in the works.
Yes, to the Phaedra documentary. I can see that. I can see that. Go get your
Oh shoot! I got. Go ahead.
Okay, you can go ahead and get your own reality show started. Call up Phaedra. Where is Phaedra? And call up, Apollo, and then get you some cameras to follow them and put your stuff together. It would be
right.
That would be the leg right there.
Right. Well, thanks for hopping on with me tonight. I'll probably be calling you later.
Oh, thanks for having me. Love you.
Love you too. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm well, y'all. This is one of my loyal binge watchers. When this name pops up in the chat, I'm always excited.
I am so excited. I finally got to get on here with you. My birthday next week, so I'm excited this month. And I finally caught a live. Yay.
You did. Happy early birthday. What did you think about the documentary?
I think it was well. I like the way you put it together and kind of brought it all the way to a surface. And then, you just bring out the Black excellence. That's why I like watching your videos when I can catch them when I'm not working so hard.
Right. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try, and I can't, the excellence isn't always there, but I try when I can to bring out the
But I like the kiki too now. I like the kiki.
Right.
Yeah, it's like my friend in my head, but I do like the kiki. But yes, I did. I like the documentary. I like the way you did the chapters, your editing. Your voice sounds really good. And I like just how you bring things. And I think that's just, showcasing Black excellence. Like Michelle too. Hey, Michelle, if she hear me. But yeah, I like to have Black excellence. That's what we need to have. That's what we need to showcase. Yeah, we make mistakes, but showcasing Black excellence is a must.
Right. I just saw from the beginning that if people, like, I was just happy that people were talking about this. And then it's almost like the story got better and better in terms of like opportunities to highlight Black excellence. When I found out the doctor was Black, and it doesn't even seem like that was forced. Like there wasn't like 5 doctors who raised their hand. He was the only one that we know of that was really
and he actually did it.
Right. Because those people who were in the comments saying like, oh, any doctor could have did it. Why didn't the girls at the ER do it? Why did they send my sis home with nail polish remover?
Right. That part.
So it's just like we already had. Right. So it's just like they were so quick to try to discount the fact that his Blackness played a part into the success. And I disagree. We have proof that somebody else who wasn't Black tried it. They gave up on her, sent her home, and well, I guess they didn't give up on her. She wanted to leave, but they didn't get a resolution. They didn't follow up and say, "Come back in. We're not letting you, be unresolved with this." Right.
It's a rarity to see it, but when you see it, it's amazing just to see how you could just have a king step up to a plate for a queen that's in need. That's what we're supposed to see.
Period.
Yes, that's what we're supposed to see.
And as a Black king, I love to see the evidence of us protecting Black queens and supporting Black queens, because we don't always do it. So happy to see
and then the queen supporting his king. What would he be without his queen?
Mm-hmm.
So I like to see that, and I like the fact that it was a black doctor that came to the aid of her in the midst of all how, you know, the media was putting it out there. And then like when you was talking about how Wendy did, I didn't like that comment she made about it. But, you know, because you are opening the door for other people to look at us like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
It kind of perturbed me on that. But I like the fact that he stepped in there like the king he was, the knight in shining armor, and saved the queen.
And never said anything bad. I don't think he's ever even shaded her. I don't think he's ever said she was stupid. He took it very, very, very serious.
Yeah, he did. He took it very serious, and just to see him do that, that was amazing. But I just didn't like the way Wendy, when she was on there and she said, stupid girl. And I'm like, why would you do that on national TV? Because, you know, it's like you putting your sister down, and I didn't like that.
And
part.
it's like, who is she doing that for? Who does she feel like doing that is impressing? Do you feel like the executives wanted you to do that? Your producers wanted that? Who was that for?
Either that or she, you know, she's been hanging out with the Kardashians, so ain't no telling how she feeling right about now. But you ain't heard that from me. But yeah, she has, as she got older, she has done some things and said some things that make me not watch her show too much anymore.
Yeah. And I was, like I said, I had just watched her documentary. You know, I ain't shed a tear, but, you know, my heart was a little softened for her. And I really I was happy, like, oh, yay, you know, she's humanized. And, like, people get to be sympathetic for her. And, like, what does she do next? Where does she go now? Right. And 1 week later, here she go.
Yes. Yeah, correct. Here she go. I was like, wow, because I was thinking about looking at the documentary and the one with Salt and Pepper. Like I said, I've been working hard, but yeah, I want to see Black excellence. I want to see us, you know, be great. Let us be great. You know,
right.
We are trendsetters by nature, so let us be great.
Right. Well, I'm so happy that I finally got to talk to you. And like I said, y'all, she's a loyal binge watcher. And I'm always excited to see you in the chat. So happy we got to chat tonight.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. See you later. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everybody who called in tonight. I've been on for over 2 hours, and I feel like a lot of y'all are falling asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks again for checking out this documentary. Thanks for checking out this watch party. It is definitely all love for Tessica Brown. And I hopefully you guys was able to take something away from this experience. And, you know, we can go out into the world feeling more proud to be Black kings and Black queens. And we can just learn to be nicer and more empathetic for each other. Thanks so much for tuning into this binge-worthy discussion. I want to shout out everyone who called in tonight and everyone who joined in on this conversation in their own way. I really feel so good about our discussion, and I cannot wait to do it again sometime really, really soon. And I definitely want to give a very special thank you to everyone who sent super stickers or super chats tonight. And shout out to all of y'all who became members so that y'all could use some of these emojis, you know, and be official. All right, thank you guys again for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.